Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, I'm calling it the trend continues because that's what we're getting right now. We're just trending here on the Nasdaq. We're going to focus on the Nasdaq Composite this weekend. And you can see the trending here that's happening where the 10-day moving average, that's my 10 exponential, stays above the 21 simple and the 55 simple in here. And the market continues to ride above it. We've had a couple little pullbacks, but we really haven't had much of a correction at all. So at some point we're going to get one, but what we're going to look at today is my perspective as to where we're at on this. We're getting a little bit of bearish divergence coming in on the RSI, but not much, and it can disappear. Just like back over here in early March, we would have thought we were getting a little bit of bearish divergence, and then all of a sudden with the thrust to the upside, that bearish divergence disappeared, and we got a little pullback, but the pullback was just right back into this 21-day moving average, okay, and then it continues to push to the upside. Now we are coming in and running into the resistance up in here, where a lot of the near the old highs, and we're like 196, 197 points away, literally, from the old highs. And let's take a look. We're on Friday. They were up 46.91 on Friday for the week. If we look at the weekly chart, we're up 209 points on the Nasdaq Composite. So let's take a look at the bearish view. Okay, so this is the bearish view that we are trying to work our way to the downside in a 5-wave move, and that the high was back here in August 26th, the week of August 26th. Now, this bearish view will immediate bearish view, let's put it that way, will totally get destroyed and go out the window if and when we go up here and take out this high, which was the 8133.30 on August 30th. That was the actual day. So we're not that far away. Now, what could be happening in here, or what could happen, let's put it that way, is if I'm looking for a 5th wave to complete a 5-wave C wave in here as part of this A, B, C for a flat, expanded flat for a wave 2. And yes, you can have a flat in a wave 2. And when it does occur like this, it's a sign that there's strength in the direction that that wave count is going, to the downside in this case. And wave 2s can go all the way back to the beginning of wave 1s and still be a valid wave 2. But we're getting close, as I just mentioned. We're like less than 200 points away from invalidating this. Well, what could be happening with this wave 5 that I was talking about? We could get an ending diagonal pattern in here like this, okay? And it could chop so that you end up having like an ending diagonal pattern for a wave 5. And I didn't draw that very good, but you know what I'm talking about. And it stays below that old high back over here, and then it turns down. Now, that's in my mind the only possibility right now in order for this wave count and this wave pattern to complete itself, okay? Now, that doesn't mean we can't have some selling to the downside. Let me go and take a look at, let's take a look at this bullish view, because here's what I think is a higher probability of what may be going on. Let's start with the weekly chart, because this kind of makes it a little bit clearer. Okay, we had the other scenario in here is that we're working a 3-wave A and a 3-wave B, and this is a large flat for the 4th wave, for the 4th intermediate wave, okay? And that once we complete this wave B, we are going to have a 5-wave move to the downside. So all of a sudden, then the bears are going to get really excited again. But if this is the scenario, it's going to end down here in the previous 4th wave. That's why I've got this as far down as I have. It's down in the previous 4th wave of 1 lower degree, okay? There's no rule that says you have to pull back that far, but it's a general guideline that that's what you look for, okay? It could just go to the top of the wave 4, where the wave 4 started right here, or it could go all the way to the bottom of wave 4. And I just targeted right in the middle is what I did. So this is what I'd be looking at right now, and that would imply that we're looking for a 3-wave B, okay? And so that would imply that we get an A, B, C. I think we've gotten the A, very abbreviated B wave in here, and looking for a 5th wave up in here to complete itself. Now, a B wave, you usually target it as going back to the beginning of A for its potential ending, but it can also go beyond, okay, the beginning of A. It can very easily do that. And again, I'll be looking at the wave structure here, looking for a 5-wave move. Now, what's going to be really interesting is you could get a 5-wave move in here, and just like I just got done talking about on the bearish scenario with the wave 2, if it completes itself below this wave, the high, then that still keeps that wave 2 scenario in place. But you could also have this take out that old high and still complete a little 5-wave move and then roll over and sell off, okay? So either way with these 2 scenarios, we could be in for some heavy duty selling, okay? But we've got some work to do before that happens. All right, now the other more bullish view says, well, you know, we've got a wave 4 in here that's already completed, and that we're in a 5th wave to the upside. Well, if that's the case, we're still looking for a 5-wave move, right? Wrong marker. Let me grab this. We're still looking for a 5-wave move, which means you need to do something like this, okay, as you're moving your way up. Well, we haven't had a really good wave 2 in here to correct the first wave up as an impulse wave to validate this whole scenario. And the other thing I don't like about this, and I think I've mentioned this before, is this is very shallow for a wave 4. It didn't even retrace. When I look at 4 versus 3, we didn't even get to the 23.6% retracement level, which is usually the minimum that you're looking to obtain, okay? That's what makes me believe. Now look how 38% takes you right down in that prior wave 4. That is why my emphasis is more on this scenario. This is what I'm looking at, okay? So that's the picture with what I think is going on with the Nasdaq. Is very similar to what we're seeing in some of the other indices. Short term, let me go back to this. I mean, short term, I think we're still pushing a little bit. I haven't seen any of the divergences in like HYG. Let me pull that up. HYG continues to trend to the upside in here, continues to push higher, although we are getting some bearish divergences showing up in the RSI. And, you know, we started to get a little bit back here on Tuesday, Wednesday. No, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that's Monday, Tuesday of this week. Started to get a little bit of move down when the market was moving up. That was the first little crack in the armor, but then it kind of resumed with the market a little bit in here. But if this thing starts to roll over and break down, that'll be a sign that we're moving into risk off type mode. But right now it's continued to say risk on. And then of course the other one is another one that we look at is the VIX. And we look at several, but let's take a quick look at the VIX. And you can see the VIX has just shown no sign of getting, you know, its legs underneath it and turning. You know, it's tried a couple of times with no real follow through. Okay. This move right in here, I really thought maybe we were going first time getting above that 55-day moving average since all the way back over here in December, but it completely failed and didn't go anywhere. So right now we're not seeing any sign of a turn here in the VIX either. All right, so that's it for tonight. Let me go back to the Nasdaq, and I'll leave you with that view. So that you, because I think this is the strongest, this is the scenario that to me is the strongest right now. Unless, and of course, the market fails to take out the new high and it turns down, then we've got to say the immediate bear scenario is still alive, but I think it's becoming more remote by the day. All right, that's it for this video. And if you felt like the video was helpful, give the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And if you'd like to get more information like this on all of the indices and ETFs and all the data we look at on a daily basis, come over to joehenches.net and check out the membership. And of course, I've got the free market update videos twice a week over there also, first name and email, and you're good to go. But that is it. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. And next week, by the way, FYI, I won't be having a video on Saturday. I'm going to be traveling, and I may try to put it out on Monday kind of thing, but nothing next weekend on Saturday or Sunday. All right. Have a great week, everyone.